Welcome to this video, and here we are going to do more examples on quadratic equations. So here we are going to talk about what we call perfect squares. We have expressions here which we must solve for the unknown values for us to make the expressions to be perfect squares. So the question is, what must be added to make them perfect squares? So we have x squared plus dash plus 6. We have x squared plus 10x plus dash. And then we have dash plus 8x plus 4. And we need to fill those dashes. What must we add to those expressions for us to make them perfect squares? So before we get into that, we have a general form of a quadratic equation given as ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, if you know this relationship, that if you take b and you divide it by 2, you square the result, you must get ac, or you must get the product of a and c. So we are going to use that concept for each one of these for us to find the unknown values of the dashes. So beginning with the first one, we know that a, for this case, is 1, b is the question mark, and remember b is the coefficient of x, and c is 16. And therefore it means if we take b, the question mark, b divided by 2, and we square it, we must get, and the product is of ac, which is 1 multiplied by 16. And here, that means b squared here, over 4 is going to be equal to 16. We are going to multiply 16 times 4, that is 40 plus 24, that is 64. So b squared equals to 64. And the value of b is therefore equal to, and the value of b is therefore equal to the square root of b of 64, which is equals to plus or minus 8. That means the value of b can either be 8x or negative 8x, because we know the square root of a number is written as negative or positive. Well, let's do the second one. Here we are going to identify what we have. A is equals to 1, b is equals to 10, and c is the question mark. Right, now we're going to take b, which is 10, we divide by 2, just like what we have here, and we square the result, and the answer must be equal to ac. A is 1 multiplied by c, and therefore it's going to be 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5, 5 squared is 25, is equals to c. So that means the value of c is 25. So c is equals to 25. That's how we do that. So let's do the third one. We are supposed to find the coefficient of x squared. Here we are supposed to simply find the constant, and here we are supposed to find the coefficient of x squared. So we know that if you take b, it is a is the question mark first of all, b is equals to 8, and c is equals to 4. So if we take b, that is 8, we divide by 2, and we square the result, we must get ac, or ac. A is unknown, and c is 4. And therefore 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 equals to a times 4, or 4a, and the value of a is 4. So the value of a is going to be written as 4x squared, because we know one thing, that a is going to be the coefficient of x squared. And therefore, this value is going to be plus or minus 8x. The value here is going to be 25, and the value here is going to be 4x squared. And that's how we can apply the concept of perfect square in quadratic equations.